Okay. I hope I have sound because I forgot to plug in my microphone and I just plugged my microphone in. Hey Tom, can you double check my sound? So then we'll just make sure, because there's no point in me doing this if y'all can't hear me. Because here we are. Okay, we're gonna do a new design for living. While we're checking the sound to make sure y'all can hear me. I will do the housekeeping. And the housekeeping is simply me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. You get one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. So click here now means it. And then it also, hang on, there were words. It's a blind CC. Nobody will see your email. Okay, that's it. And then I'll mention the social media merely from the standpoint of, I'm doing this on social media, but we don't monetize it. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow, based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. That gets you, that bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff. And, yeah. Okay. And I should tell you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I'm the running Ryan across all of the social medias that I'm on. So, okay. A New Design for Living was one of the last books that Ernest himself worked on. He sat down with Willis Kinnear. They wrote down the process of science and mind. They put the what, the how, and the why in order. We are currently in chapter 21. Hang on. I think it's called Facing Facts, but I don't honestly remember. Yes, Facing Facts. Okay. Which is a good thing, because one of the things that Science of Mind gets, actually New Thought in general gets, is that we're airy-fairy and we are not looking at the real world. Oh yeah, no, we're very aware of what's going on in the real world. We just believe that we can affect that. So, that's really, honestly, it's like their effects and we can affect them. So, today he's going to tackle hidden facts. I don't even have a guess what this is going to be about, so let's get into it. Hidden facts. Probably the most difficult of all facts to discover and to face are those within ourselves. To recognize within our own thought the way it has been negatively productive. Yeah. In all probability, we are not even aware of what we have been and are now doing to ourselves. We have to have the courage to look in the mirror of our negative experience and discover in our thought what corresponds to it. That the position in which we may find ourselves is much like that of certain kindergarten children. When the disciplinary measures, such as sitting on a chair or standing in a corner, fail, the teacher has a last resort. She has the child stand and then proceeds to draw a circle on the floor about them with a piece of chalk and tell them they cannot get out of it. I've never heard of this. Okay. For some reason or other, they are unable to try as they might. They will even try erasing the circle with a handkerchief or their shirt tail, but step out of it they cannot. Perhaps we have to discover the circles of limitation we have drawn about ourselves, across which we have seem unable to move. How many have we drawn? What kind of circles are they? Do they relate to health, abundance, or happiness? This we have to discover for ourselves. In any event, we face the task of finding out in our patterns of thought the negative content and proceed to do something about it. Establish a new idea, new forms of declarations, new designs for living. Okay, there is still a paragraph to go, but I can see what he's talking about. Every time we do a treatment and doubt creeps in, I'm not worthy. That is a circle we've drawn around ourselves. I only deserve this much, or I don't deserve this because of this. These are the circles that he's talking about. These are little things, and it's one of the reasons why I'm a big believer in sorting the voices in your head. Because a lot of the times, the voices in your head that are saying things like that aren't even yours. They were installed in there by people who loved you, people that had your best interests at heart, things like that. Because I remember when, at one point, telling my parents that I wanted to be a social worker, and both of them went, "I don't think that's a good idea for you." Those were voices in my head, and so when I hear negative things, I stop and I ask, okay, whose voice is that? Who told me that? Was it the media? Was it, that priest growing up? Was it, my friend's parents? Was it my parents? Was it, whose voice is that in my head? Because most of the time it's not even mine. Yeah, I will admit, occasionally it is mine, but, I've got all these voices in my head and they're not mine. And at which point I can politely thank them and tell them that they're no longer necessary. That information is not true. It's never been true. It is certainly not true now. And I'm just going to move on and do what I need to do to take care of me. So, that's an exercise when you're looking for these hidden circles, when you're hearing these voices in your head. Ask yourself whose voice they are. All right, let's read the last paragraph. This is always the great experiment, always the continuing experiment in the use of affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, to see how we may, through whatever method we use, more completely convince ourselves that there is a divine and perfect pattern at the center of everything, and that the law, acting on your word, will remove every obstacle until that which was already there is revealed. Jesse said it on Sunday, healing is revealing. What you want is already there. It's just hidden under the layer of debris. So all you got to do is pull away all of the things that are getting in the way and reveal what's already there. Our word projects new conditions through the same power that made the old ones. And that, it's like, if we created it in the first place, we can undo it. And that kind of really is that power. Whatever good you desire already exists. If it exists in your life and you're just not seeing it because of what they call the hidden facts, then here we are. And then, if you're, I still go back to what I said, the exercise, the voices, because frequently that's what it is. We've got voices in our head that are telling us things that aren't true. Maybe they were true at one point, but they're not true anymore. And so we can use the same power that created the obstacles to remove the obstacles. We can use the same power that created the negative to create the positive. We literally just have to change our mind. So, what circles have you drawn around yourself? The good news is you can erase them and you can get out. And this is what Ernest is trying to help you do in this book. This has been a really, really, really good book. So, all right, moving on. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, you got this day, a go dance in the rain day, a stay out of the thunderstorms day, because, yeah, it felt like lightning hit somewhere really close at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that was interesting day. I highly recommend the Sheep Detectives movie Day. It was surprisingly good. Yeah. A Cuddle Your Fur Babies Day. A Enjoy the Cool Weather While We've Got It Day, because we don't get it often. Yeah, it's been really warm lately. A Drink Plenty of Water Day. Make sure you make time to sit down and rest day. Let's take care of business day. Don't get bored because it's raining all day. That's a note for me. A good day, and if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. I think I always start out by saying you're a beloved expression of the divine, but work in progress, yeah, at your own pace. And as Reverend just likes to call us, you are godly. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. All the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5. I will be back with you around 9:15. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.